everyone. Today my group mate Toltebayeva and me are going to tell you about a lesson study and their main phases. So, what is lesson study? Lesson study is a professional development process that firstly implemented by Japanese teachers, and the main goal of lesson study is to improve the effectiveness of the experiences that the teachers provide for their students. So, lesson study consists of 5 phases. First is setting goals. Second, planning of the lesson. Third, teaching, observing, and debriefing. Fourth, revising, reteaching, and finally, reflecting and sharing results. So, what does include setting goals? So, in this phase, teachers and the lesson study team consist of 4 to 6 teachers select an overreaching goal focused on learners that serves as a guide for the planning of the research lessons.
Yes, as it was said by Sivinch, the second phase is like planning the lesson. Planning the lesson we can divide into several sub-phases. The first one is like a preparation phase. It means here we have to select the class, identify the class where the first lesson study will take place. Second one, you have to choose the 3 students representing of high, medium, and low achievement levels and key learning skills. The third one is you have to define expected results from each student by the end of the lesson study. The next one is about the lesson planning. You have to plan each stage of the lesson focusing on teaching methodologies and expected student progress. The second one, we have to identify materials, tasks, words, notes, and also time phrases for each stage. And the third one, we have to designate group members to monitor specific students. And the third sub-phase, like observation and analysis. Here we have to create an A3, like the paper A3 format planning scheme for documentation. Second one, we have to be sure that all group members have the template for the observation and post-lesson discussion, and we have to also analyze outcomes. It means that we have to use the collective observations to evaluate student progress and teaching strategies. Yes, and the third phase is about the teaching, observing, and debriefing. Debriefing lesson gives the team a chance to review and discuss evidence about students' thinking and learning collected during the observation. As facilitator, it's your job to keep the discussion focused on the instructional activities and tasks in the lesson and its impact on the student. What about the time? 3 minutes for break and 1 hour for group debriefing. Next one is about the teach and observe the lesson. This is where the rubber meets the road. One team member volunteers to teach the lesson while the others observe student reactions and collect learning response data. As a team, you prepare teaching, observing, and debriefing materials, identify and invite outside observers if desired. What about the time? 1 hour for teaching and observing, additional time for preparation.
So the next phase is revising and reteaching. In this phase, a team member volunteers to teach the revised lesson to another class, while observers collect student reactions and document their responses. The team and invited guests debrief the lesson and discuss how the revised lesson changed student outcomes. The time allocated for revising is 2 or 4 hours. So the next it's the team in revised phase, in which includes in reteaching. So the team meets to make edits to the lesson. These changes are informed by the data collected during the first teaching and the evidence-based practices that the team researched during the planning phase. The time allocated for revising is 1 to 3 hours. So the final phase is reflecting and sharing results. In this section, you will help the team reflect on what it learned through the lesson study process and document the results of their effort in a report. Finally, it's time to share your results. In this step, the team will develop a plan for disseminating its new knowledge to interested stakeholders. The objective is to extend the learning of lesson study and introduce potential participants to future lesson study work.